What's up, good people, and welcome to YouTube from Scratch, where we take a real look at how to grow a channel from scratch to monetization and beyond. Now, in the last couple videos, we talked about how to do the things we needed to do to set up our channel before we upload any videos. And then the last video, we talked about actually uploading our first video. But in this video, we want to go over how to be consistent with our upload schedule, because that's one of the key metrics in growing on YouTube. And we want to know how to do that consistently. So let's talk about that. Let's get into it. So the first thing you probably want to consider when you are building out your schedule and being consistent is what's going on in your life. Think about what's going on in your life. Do you have kids? Do you have a job? Do you have all these other things? Kind of put those things on the table so you know where they are. Like lay them out and say, okay, I know from this time to this time, I got to do this, from this time, and really lay out a map of your life and the things you have going on. Now, from that, take a look at how you can incorporate your content process inside of those things. And I'm not just talking about, okay, well, every other day I'm going to try to, set up over here and do, no. What you need to do is figure out a concrete place that you can set up within inside of your day-to-day, whatever you have going on, concrete time that you can record your videos and edit them, because this is going to save you a lot of headache in the long run. Once you create that concrete place and create that concrete methodology of creating your videos, it'll become like clockwork, and you won't have to think about setting up every time, creating space for that in your life, because it's very important that you have that concrete space to create videos. Because at the core, let me tell you, at the core of growing on YouTube is that you have to be able to be consistent and create consistent content and go the extra mile when you need to go the extra mile to create good content, and just hammer it out, get it done. So one of the things we're going to do, we're going to take a look at everything that's going on in our life, and we're going to create that consistent flow of how we can kind of create content. And then from there, we want to see how we can improve our processes. What makes it easier? Does getting this type of microphone make it a little bit easier? Does getting this type of camera make it a little bit easier? But I don't want you to focus too much on gear, because at the core, it is about you and your value that you're going to be adding to the platform. That is one of the key metrics that I want you to definitely think about in terms of your schedule and your upload schedule. Don't throw all of that stuff out the window. Don't start to get heavily focused on what kind of gear can I get to make this do this and that and the third, because at the core, it still needs to be about the value you can provide in your content, specifically based on your type of niche and what content that you're providing and the way you're going to be creating your videos. Like it's different for, say, someone that's doing more cinematic videos, or someone that's doing kind of similar to what I'm doing now, which is talking head kind of video. Those are two different, on two different spectrums when it comes to production and production time. So you really need to understand what your production time is going to be, and what, your video, your type of value that you're trying to deliver, what does it need? Really think about those things. What do you need? What does your type of video content need in terms of production value, in terms of how you're going to be able to create those videos day in and day out, or week in, week out, and really kind of nail that down in the beginning, because that's going to save you so much time and such so much grief in the long run. Because when it gets hard, and it does get hard, we're not going to sugarcoat anything here. When it does get hard and you maybe not be feeling like creating a video, or you got other stuff going on, life happens. Having those concrete ways to create your videos and that solid production methodology is going to help you out in those times tremendously. And I can say this from experience, because I've done it. And there's nothing that we're going to be talking about here, as I always tell you, there's nothing we're talking about here that I have not already done and have not already experienced and have not already seen for myself with my own two eyes, listened to with my own two ears. And I think it's important. This is one of the main, if I may say, this is one of the main problems with growth with people on the platform is that they can't keep up with the schedule. They can't keep up with, recording every day or recording often they record, and then, producing that content, editing and doing all those things. And, at the beginning, and this is for people who don't have a team, don't have, all these things, all these mechanisms in place yet, because those mechanisms at the core cost money, they cost resources. And if you don't have all those things right now, and it's just you creating content for YouTube, trying to grow to that place, this information is for you. I'm telling you this from experience. You have to create systems in your life so that you can create your content and do it easily. And don't worry, especially in the beginning, don't worry too much about, the hyper production value, because I've seen channels grow from zero to mega millions that are just a person in front of a camera, no lighting. You can hear what they're saying clearly, and you can feel the value in what they're doing. And that's very important. When somebody can feel the value in what you're doing and they can understand it on the level that they need to understand it on, that's really the value of what we do here on YouTube. Now, everything else is just icing on the cake. Taking it a step further, giving that added production value. All of those things are just icing on the cake. And I want you to really internalize that and really, focus on that in your mindset, because if you can really grasp what I'm talking about in terms of that, it really goes a long way to propelling you forward on your YouTube journey, because you don't get bogged down on, okay, is it not looking exactly the way I want it to look today? Or, don't have the right, lighting in this shot and all of that stuff. Man, let me tell you, if you get stuck on those type things and you don't create content, you're not going to flourish and you're not going to grow on the platform. So very key that you don't get caught up on those things, that you don't get caught up on, those type of metrics, but you focus on, hey, I need to make sure that I'm on schedule, on time, and delivering the value that I can and growing with the value that I can consistently. And that's really what it's all about. So we're going to talk about this more, and we're going to keep improving on the process as we go through, because this is something that you really, really want to nail down. And like I said, in the other videos that we've produced or created before this one, and we're uploading all of the videos that we do daily onto the platform, so you can always reference the material and reference what we're saying. We talked about the things you needed to do before you get to this point of actually creating your upload schedule and starting to create content. And those things, evolved around your thumbnails, your titles, and all of those things. So it's really important that you understand that information as well. Keep in mind, like I said, always focus on value, always focus on consistency, and we're going to get there. And I wish everybody that's watching this the best of luck, and we'll see you in the next one.